Wait, just for a sec, going back to haters, like when we first met, obviously in the circumstances, I'm just like, oh, this is like...
You hated me?
No, I said this is like another gringo, like passport bro, fuck boy. And that was my initial impression, which is why I can understand you might have some haters online.
Because I'm looking for love, but I know that's kind of a pussy way to say it, but I am. I mean, I was kind of coming down here looking for a girlfriend. And it takes a while. It takes going on. Bogota was, we kind of felt it was a failed mission, but it turned out to be okay. He shows up and he's got no money, which is, I guess, fine. And he's hungry as hell when he arrives, so he wants to go eat. And he...
Así. Sí, todo, siempre. Okay?
Okay, right.
Are we good?
Right, perfect.
All right, so let's start off, man. How many hours is it taking us to set up?
We've been at it for a little while this afternoon, but it's been fun. We've all been kind of
Siempre. Es muchas horas.
Boogie, what happened to you last time? Please don't look at me. Look at there.
I just was thinking, what did happen to me? Fritz was there. I felt unwell. I think it's something I ate disagreed with me, and perhaps
Sure,
I just
that's what
needed.
it was?
I know it was something I put in my mouth. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that I agree.
Like all of a
Or in
sudden,
your nose?
episode 2. For those of you who haven't
Yeah.
watched episode 2, go
Oh
watch
my
episode
God.
2.
Maybe it nose, mouth.
I might have turned green. I don't know. I felt unwell and needed to take a break. That room was like a sweatbox, and I just had to tap out for a few hours. And then like a few hours later, I was DJing. And this bro was watching me, so I don't know. It was a temporary issue.
So you're feeling much better right now.
100%,
Back in action.
of course.
So what you been up to since then?
We had our group bandeja paisa, which is my go-to meal now. That's the bomb meal, right? It just sorts everything out. Protein, carbs, got you good.
Yeah.
What's been going on? I've been DJing through Blackout Colombia. Been doing parties in Provenza. That's with Emmanuel. That's Blackout Colombia. Had a joint party with Flavor Fest, which is another. We both do like dance hall, hip hop, Afrobeat, reggaeton, amapiano parties, and then we did 3 days of partying. We went to see Kiba in Comuna 13. That was a dope gig. You can see a cool drone footage coming from the top of Comuna 13 right into the.
Me.
I think I did, man. My friend showed up just because I posted it. Sometimes I'm like too all over the place to do individual invitations, but I'll just do like a social media post. But
You also went to Vivanti, right? The
oh
resort.
my gosh, we went out to the dopest day or weekend. In fact, it was an impromptu weekend. I thought it was just a day trip. We went to Vivanti in Guatape. Highly recommended. It's like super dope hotel, pool bar with a really nice, restaurant and cocktail bar and a great view, and like it gets a nice crowd there. Yeah, and the DJ was super cool. Oh my God, I feel bad because I can't remember his name right now, but I will post it. And then he's a dope guy. We've been planning to link up and record some kind of back-to-back sets. So yeah. Oh, and also shout outs to Gringo Loco, who's been doing Medellin music meetups in Laureles with Spanglish events. Those guys have been doing some good things, some good parties, and puts you onto all of like the free salsa and language exchange events at all the hotels. So highly recommended is Spanglish events. But
Cool.
yeah, what you been up to, bro? I mean, we've been hanging out a bit lately.
Yeah, we have. Well, we've been. What have we been doing?
Getting tattooed.
We've been,
I got some new tattoos.
A funky monkey.
How come you got so much tattoos?
Well, we got a mutual friend. He's a tattoo artist, and he's really good. So I kind of...
Surprisingly, we met through this channel. It's 4 degrees of separation, but it's all through this channel. So it's quite funny how quality people keep connecting.
Right. I kind of just was up late at a few nights and was like, well, I want to get a plan for like my whole upper body, and I just picked different things out and things that meant,
Yeah, because I asked you this question the other day. Exactly that. Like, what is the whole concept behind it?
Yeah, just like each one has got a significant meaning. So I just kind of spread them all out everywhere.
And I was saying how it's funny to me because like obviously I went for the full sleeve because I'm very white.
But like new.
Yes, this is the new one.
Don't flinch.
But like even though you don't have the full sleeve, it still looks like you do just because there's so much, and it's cool because you still have space. You can do other stuff if you want to.
Yeah, but I probably won't.
But man, shout out to Eric. Like he gave me a hard time because he said I was a bit too untrusting and controlling. But man, his
Right.
his
No,
work
no,
is
he's
so
good.
good. I'm so
Really
happy with
good.
this.
Yeah,
I'm
that
definitely
looks great.
doing much more
Yeah.
with Eric and Funky Monkey, 100%.
Right, so let's get straight into it. Let's give the public what they want. They want it. They want to hear that
Yeah, and that's
Colombian
what's
news.
on my mind right
Yeah.
now too, because this is all fresh news,
Fresh
stuff
news
that
in,
came right
fresh
off the
news in.
press.
The scope catcher.
Right off the
What's
press.
The scope catcher.
Fritz the scope catcher.
Fritz the scope catcher. He is the scope catcher. This man right here in the white shirt, he's the scope catcher, right? And the girl who you caught in Provenza,
Physically caught.
physically
It's
caught
how we
her.
all met, right? That is
Physically ran down and caught.
Yeah.
which randomly the channel was filming the approach to for the linking story with Brenda,
Right.
and then that's how we meet Fritz.
Right.
Maria, she's been arrested today. She's part of the Las Barbies.
Yep.
And you had something to do with that.
Yeah, we played our role in that, and we're really happy about it. And this just came through. It's hot off the press, so it's like, I mean, that's like all that's occupying my mind right now. We're trying to.
So break it down for me again, because you told me breakfast, but I didn't know if I fully took it in. What is the latest update from what you were showing me before?
Well, she's been arrested, and this was unbeknownst to me, but she's actually was part of a group of girls called the Las Barbies, and I don't know how they were all working together, or I don't know. I really don't know. And maybe Maria was just part of the sting. Maybe they had a group of girls, and that's just how they're labeling them. The whole group. They just decided to.
And do you want to know the crazy thing? Right? The crazy thing is that one of the other girls who we busted previously on the channel, she was also part of the Les Barbies.
Right.
Oh, really? So there's
Yes.
two from the crew
Yes.
have been taken down so far. So
Right.
that means more to come. If they got the whole group, who knows?
Right. Yep. So
That's the funny thing though about crime here in Colombia. It seems like you need to catch people doing the stuff at the time for it to
Right.
stick.
we've been in contact with the detective, and we're involved with the police station as well, and trading information and that sort of a thing. But this is just hot off the press. I can't go into too much more about it because we're saving it for another episode. But there's a lot more to the story than just what's been released, and that'll all be, available.
Wasn't she part of the a mission? That's why you're called a scope catcher,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause
what happened in Bogota? Tell me about Bogota, because we were talking about Bogota the other day, right?
Well, yeah, Bogota was we kind of felt it was a failed mission, but it turned out to be okay. We flew a guy in, one of our head security guys from Cartagena. He's a ex-police officer, big guy, fairly intimidating looking fellow. I mean, very big for Colombian standards. And flew him in, and we went through a mission. And did we catch her on that mission? I can't remember.
no, we didn't.
So that was a botched mission.
But that's the same girl who just got busted, right? Huh?
Yeah.
So
But it was our work was
I mean, we were almost gonna get her, but I don't know what spooked her.
But sometimes these girls need to have
so
a
you'll
sixth
just
sense.
you'll just edit that out. 'Cause
But
that
right-
was a legitimate question. I forgot to go over that with
No,
you.
I mean, that's fine.
But so let me re-redo this then.
Yeah.
You re-ask your question.
Right. So what happened in Bogota then?
Well, Bogota, it was kind of a last-minute thing. We had a hot lead on Maria, and so I quickly jumped on a flight, and literally, I have a girl working for me part-time here, helping me with admin stuff with my business. And I called her and I said, I need a ticket to Bogota right away. The only thing she could find was literally leaving in 1 hour. And it takes about an hour to get to the airport. So she's frantically trying to reserve the flight, giving her my credit card information. And the card is declined. It's detected as fraud. It keeps getting declined. We finally get it to go through, and I got 40 minutes to get to the airport to be able to make this flight. So I jumped in a cab. He's flying down the road for me, and they grudgingly let me on the plane. I begged them, pleaded with them. I had no bags, I literally brought one change of clothes, and
I didn't realize it was also last minute.
oh
Okay.
my God,
I
it
thought
was very
more
last
planned.
minute
Oh, that's
because
good, though.
because it was a last minute lead that we got on Maria, and so we wanted to.
Take the call.
What's it called? What
Yeah,
was
you
it?
can take the call.
Oh yeah, I can't take that.
Yeah.
He just wants to know what we're doing tonight because we're getting a tape.
No, not that guy. No. Okay,
No, it's a buddy of mine.
it's Oscar. It's Oscar. The better barrio de Baraquilla.
Okay.
Antioquia.
Oh. No, it's a guy.
So this
All right.
is a really
But anyways-
good friend
Unlucky.
who, just a quick interlude, this gentleman we met the other day who then just took us into Barrio Antioquia at like midnight.
Yeah,
Explain
explain that. Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I thought we were just going for a nice quiet beer and
Anyway, before we get into that, because that's a real interesting one. Fritz, continue. what you-
Bogota.
So make the flight, get to Bogota, and now we're scrambling because I'm by myself now in Bogota. So I got a room, I got a room and got all set up, but I needed an assistant, and so we ended up flying our top security guy in from Cartagena. He luckily was available and he was excited for the mission. He's known all about Maria now for quite some time. So he flew in and he stayed with me.
He's ex-police, you were saying?
He's an ex-police officer. He's a big burly guy.
Bigger than us?
Yeah, but he shows up and he's got no money, which is, I guess, fine. And he's hungry as hell when he arrives, so he wants to go eat. And he doesn't just want one serving. He wants a couple servings. Then he wants 4 or 5 beers. And so I'm having to pay for everything. Then he wants to eat again later.
How much sushi did he have?
What?
How much sushi did he have?
Oh, that was later. She doesn't show up. We were just, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, she literally said she was getting in a cab and she was heading over.
That's what I was thinking
She
before.
got cold feet.
Sometimes these girls seem to have like a sixth sense. I don't know.
Right.
It's like they just
Right.
randomly cancel for no reason, but it
So-
seems to be in their favor.
Yeah, so we waited her out until the restaurants were about to close, and then the security guy's hungry. I'm hungry. I was going to just go eat on my own, and he said, "No, I want to go with you." And so we go to this restaurant, and let me remind you, he's got no money, and he orders like 3 or 4 main courses on the menu just because he thinks they look good and he's never tried them. And so basically, they have to combine another table with ours. They bring out all this food, and I mean, the bill came out to over $1,000.
$1,000.
1,000 COP, 1,000.
Oh, 1,000 mil.
Yeah, 1,000 mil, which is a lot. That's a lot for down here. What's that?
Okay, well I think we've stopped now because we're talking. You're saying it's not level? You're saying the level is bad, right?
Oh,
The level.
so what do I say then?
That's fine.
How is-
$1,000 it should be.
No, it would be 1,000 pesos.
So it's basically like 200 bucks or something. 200
1
bucks?
million. It was
200
It was 1 million.
200 bucks?
Yeah, $250.
Yeah, right.
So it was 1 million COP. And as he had a great time. He was, you could tell he just doesn't get to do these kind of things. But when he's on it, he's on it. I mean, he's like a kid in a candy store when he's, just out and about. And he was having a great time, taking a lot of photos.
It was a nice little holiday for him.
Yeah, it was. But when have you worked with him yet?
I have not.
Okay.
No.
I mean, when he's on it, he's on it. You can tell he's very professional. Like I said, he's an ex-cop, and he's. But that's how that all turned out.
But so that was a prelude to her then getting busted with. So you guys almost got her, but then she still got busted with the Las Barbies, see?
Yeah, and
Okay.
this information just came out because we've been working on it. I've been working on getting her, and things just came together, and then I wasn't aware of the actual bust
Right.
until this
You
morning.
saw the news,
Yeah,
yeah.
the actual.
And
arrest.
okay, so this is an interesting thing, right? Because we know these girls are using scopolamine. They've used scopolamine on you, and recently I've been discussing. It's been in the news. I'm sure we discussed it, and all of our other gringo friends too. The girl previously to get arrested and charged for scopolamine was actually charged with attempted murder. Which
Yeah, and that's interesting.
What are your thoughts? Do you think that's good or bad? Do you think
Well, I
that's
think that's
appropriate?
I think that's appropriate, but
Yeah,
I'm curious
likewise.
what they're charging these, these new girls that are coming up. I know this girl that got charged with attempted murder, she actually had victims that were passed out, had them robbed and everything. What about a girl who's in the attempt, that we catch in the attempt,
I mean, I'm hoping if they just tie scopolamine to attempted murder, then it's like that would be a big driver to stop these girls using it. But then, as you said, they've started transitioning to, who said it? Someone said to us, clonazepam? I can't
Yeah, I was saying clonazepam.
Clonazepam, which is like, what is that, an antidepressant?
you can get it at the drugstore.
But like, it's for super popular.
Well, you can't get it at the drugstores.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
it's
but
like
you-
super
But
prescription.
you can get it here pretty easily.
Yeah. And that's what they're all using now.
Yeah, right. I did not know that.
They're all using
Because
it.
I think I've been prescribed it. I don't take it. My
Yeah.
friend likes it as a sleeping pill, but I don't really like
To even get, some of them, like, depending on the doses, like, it could do real crazy stuff. But what some people are doing, what some party revelers are doing now, is actually putting it into their Tootsie to make them
Wow.
super,
super drowsy.
yeah. But just a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
The taxi driver told me that,
Damn.
He was like, yeah, I put that into my...
Well, and then back to your question, back to Maria, she was let go after I caught her because the police said they hadn't actually caught her in the act. Even
so
though
this is Maria, when we met you, the first
Yeah.
night in Provenza. That's Maria. She's
So-
just been busted.
so back-
which is so dope.
So back to your question, what are these girls getting for punishment? I don't know, because if they don't actually catch them in the act, what
Right.
are they getting?
That's
What are
true,
this?
that's
What
true.
is this group?
And as we know, like you only had a tiny sip, and it was enough to put you out. And you're a big dude. If you had had all the
I think I would have been dead.
so what happens? You just
Detective
go
I
unconscious and
talked to
stop
was
breathing.
sure I would have been.
Yeah, which is crazy. So she should be, even just based on that, charged with attempted murder.
Right, and so that would have made me number 51 for the year.
That's just so crazy. So the only way to stop this is to, I guess, try and Make something
And
happen like
that's
that.
why we're doing what we're doing.
exactly.
I'm really passionate about it. I mean, I'm not trying to get any money out of this or nothing. I'm doing it for.
We got to protect people, man. Like we've had very intense negative experiences, and we know other people have, and a lot of people connected with this channel.
So
and-
let me ask you guys a question, right? What kind of person, like, goes after a scopolamine queen? People say I'm crazy. People say, am I not scared? What,
I have a
what
lot
you're
of
a scope
friends-
catcher now.
I have a
Why'd
lot
you
of
do it?
friends that I've asked to help, and they don't want to get involved.
Because
So
everybody's
you
scared.
you gotta be a little bit off the. I mean, I'm ex-military, so I was probably a little crazy joining the
What made you
military,
think
and then
this
that
guy
probably
like
made
that?
me a little more crazy after that. It doesn't. I'm not. None of this stuff scares me. These situations.
I mean, Boogie, you came on us with on a couple of missions.
I mean, man, like after my own experience here, I realized there's nothing that's really gonna phase me that much. Like I know I can handle myself.
that was
so
the worst of the worst.
Exactly. Like you already been tested and know myself, which is kind
One
of
sec,
what I
Boogie,
thought
can you
anyway.
just put the microphone in the middle of your shirt?
Microphone in the middle, mic check. So what I was saying was, I've already been tested. Is it on?
Clip it back on.
Put it back on.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Right in the middle.
Howie,
Yeah,
mic
yeah.
check, 1 2
Yeah.
1 2
Cool,
mic check,
cool.
check.
We good?
What was I saying? I was saying I've already been tested, like so I don't really have much fear of stuff. Like I like to do dangerous things for my enjoyment. So this is not an extension of that, but it feels like it's like a just cause. Like we're trying to help other people. We've been victims, and we don't want other
Yeah.
people to be victims.
I mean, I'm kind of angry about it. I mean, and there's a little bit of anger and adrenaline that kicks in when I'm holding a grudge. I'll be honest with you. I'm holding a grudge over this. Definitely holding a grudge over this girl. That's why I was quick to jump on a flight and get to Bogota and get on this mission. And I was so upset when it didn't work out. But in the
that
end,
said-
now it has. And some of the stuff the intelligence we got in Bogota helped this
It did
this,
help
this
it happen.
arrest. Yes.
I mean,
Some
so
of
the
intel
question
we
I
got.
have for you then is like, once she's in jail, are you gonna be like, you're gonna feel like justice has been served? Are you
Yeah, but
gonna
I'm
be
not
happy?
going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
you shouldn't.
It's not like okay,
But like the anger.
mission accomplished.
No,
no.
no.
I'm going back to the States. I'm going to be here, and I can't tell you how many people I've met, just ran into. I'll be eating at a restaurant, and start talking to some guys. The last one was a guy from London. He just got robbed. He got robbed of everything. His buddy was paying for his meal, and he told me the girl wasn't even pretty. But he was leaving the next day. I wanted to try to help him. His phone got stolen. Everything got stolen.
And sorry to interrupt. You guys rang the phone, right?
Yeah.
And they tried to play that scam.
They wanted.
What was the scam?
Well, they wanted me to come because I was in contact with the guy who had the phone. Because the guy gave me all the information. I said, I'm going to do what I can to help you, but you should try to stay a little longer. Don't go back so quick. He said, no, I got to go back, but I want your help. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm doing this. I'm not making any money out of this. I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart to help the guy. I felt his pain. He was really, really upset and really down and out about it. So I wanted to help him at least get his phone back. And the guy wanted me to meet him somewhere to get the phone. And he sent me his ID, said, you can trust me. He said he bought the phone for a cheap price and had the code and everything. And he just wanted his purchase price or whatever he paid reimbursed. But it was a scam. It was a setup.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't fall for it.
Yeah,
So,
obviously.
so you think then you
Thanks.
could get even more stuff?
We talked with some of the other more senior agents with Obiland, and they advised this. They were very familiar with the scam, and they said, "Don't do it." And
Wait. So remind
pointed out.
me of this scammer. So are they then trying to like tax you for like way more money or rob
No,
you?
so what
I
they
don't
try
think they have
and
the
do,
phone.
sometimes they're trying to buy time. They're trying to buy time. They haven't got all the access to the phone.
so they don't want everything canceled on the phone.
So exactly, yeah.
So they don't,
because
you want
the
you to
guy
break the
thinks
phone because it's
right.
not worth it to them.
Right, and the guy thinks he's getting the phone back, so he's not canceling everything.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And then at the same time, the guy possibly could send them money anyway.
Yeah. 'cause
So it's like
Right.
a win-win for them. They never
And
get
they
the
wanted
phone.
money sent, but I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to go with a few friends and meet him and get the money. But they could have very easily robbed us too.
Exactly. That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
when
thinking
it-
would be
yeah.
another angle, but
And it doesn't matter how big or tough you are down here. When it's your time, it's your time. You're going to get when they want to
yeah,
rob
it doesn't
you.
matter how
you're gonna
tough you are when people have guns.
Right.
You should be very careful.
Right.
If people are trying to rob you for your shit and they have a gun on you, it's probably best to give it to them.
But you didn't do that, Booty.
Well, they weren't trying to rob me. That's the difference. They were
Yeah.
trying to kidnap
You're
me.
breaking-
And I'm
you're breaking your
nah,
own
I
rules,
didn't have
Boogie.
that, bro. Like, yeah.
You survived it.
Okay. Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh wow, this is not recording now.
Which one was that?
What happened to do, bro?
You gotta do it all over again.
No, that's what's recorded. We're gonna start it again. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, I hope that was recorded.
You time for a
Is
quick
it
break?
From the beginning,
Okay.
You time for a quick
my
break?
check.
No. Let's just keep going here
Let's-
quick.
All right,
'Cause
so
we
you're
got
gonna
batteries. We got batteries
Okay,
running out.
okay, let's go.
Okay, so I don't know what happened. It wasn't recording just in case, but I'll try and fix it.
So what
in
do we
post.
miss? What were we talking about?
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It does. It don't matter.
Fue mi culpa, fue mi culpa. Fue mi culpa.
Oh man.
Which one wasn't recording?
Boogie.
Excuse me.
Okay. Main thing is that we get the audio.
Okay, fine. Next thing is Brenda's documentary. It's out. It's doing views. People are surprised.
What were your thoughts?
They're thinking, this female got drugged and robbed,
Colombian looking, Colombian sounding.
but from New York. And
Cali
she,
parents.
yep, and she went out there to Robledo, one of the most dangerous barrios here in Colombia.
She went to Robledo?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I remember.
She went to Robledo.
I missed this part.
Yeah.
Right.
Now she went to Robledo nighttime to go and look for her because it was pinging over there. Right? What are your thoughts on that? Number one, before we get into the whole documentary thing itself.
Don't go to Robledo.
That's where Tuzo Shejong was killed. Do you think Brenda was brave or stupid?
I think stupid. I'm not going to Robledo. Like, everyone knows that there's a place not to go because if you're a gringo, you're going to stand out. There's going to be mad people going to rob you. Like,
Well, she doesn't stand out though because she is Colombian. So
Listen, she went there at 3 a.m. in the morning.
That's not the time to go there.
And she went to
She's still a New
trust me.
Yorker. She's Colombian American, but she's not Colombian. So I think there's a difference.
But many of the comments in the video saying that she's brave, good on you, that she did well.
I mean, she's definitely brave, but I don't know. If I just think it's a bad idea, I would not be doing that. If she asked me, I'd be like, nah, no, thank you. So we were talking about this before. We unexpectedly were taken to Barrio Antioquia the other night. I did not want to go there. We didn't know we were going there, and that's not the best place to go, especially the time of night we went. And then it wasn't just a quick, let's stop by. The dude was trying to show off and show us that he knew people. So we're going around in circles. I'm there the whole time thinking I'm about to get jumped and the car's going to pull up and people with the guns are going to start pulling open our doors. I just didn't know what was going on. I was a little bit anxious after that, after my last experiences. I'm not going to lie. And we're the two most shining white gringos, halos in the back of the car.
We wouldn't be able to go, but I differ, in my opinion. I think she should go. And 3 o'clock in the morning maybe isn't that bad of a time to go.
Who's she going with?
Everybody's going to be asleep, and that's a good time for her to do some recon. And if she doesn't get it, then she can at least get some good, solid recon at that time.
Fritz, Robledo's a barrio which they have in current
Gang wars.
Yeah,
that's not the spot.
Infighting with each other.
That's not the place to go.
It's not the place to go. But at the same time, and that's why I said I don't know whether she was brave or just stupid or unaware of the situation. It's just not the place to
Maybe a
go.
bit of both.
But I guess that, as she said that with what happened, she wasn't, thinking about fear, that her anger and her desire for justice overrid her passion of fear or the fear emotion. Anyway.
I mean, I don't know what you learned in your military career, but I think from training and fighting, you should always try and let your your emotion not overpower your logic.
Right. That's true.
Anyway, still talking about the documentary. What do you think overall the public's perception is regarding her documentary? I mean, she's the first female Western American to document her story. It's never happened before. Some people even say it's fake.
I mean, it's definitely not fake, and she's brave for facing what happened and learning from it and coming to try and do what we're all doing, which is raise awareness. And even though she looks Colombian, she has family in Cali. She's in Cali. She looks like she's Colombian. She's got the accent. It can still happen. I think the point is it can happen to anyone. That's an issue, right?
The big point is that no one is safe here.
Exactly what he said.
No one.
Yeah.
Not even a little Colombian female.
Right. So, and we hear about it happening to white gringos who look like us. That happens to other gringos, other foreigners, extranjeros. But her is the last person we would think it would happen to, right? That's not who you expect that stuff to happen to.
Right. Another thing I was going to mention, I don't know if you've seen her interview, right? After the whole thing. Boogie, you were there. You were part of the whole thing.
Recent one, yes.
Yeah. There's a point where she started crying and stuff. Do you think, knowing Brenda personally, do you think that was all genuine? Do you think she's a changed person? Do you think that?
I think her
because some
emotion,
people in the comments would be like, yeah, whatever.
I think her emotion is completely genuine. She's reflecting on the experience where she could have potentially died, and she's a mother, and she's thinking about her daughter and how she could have really messed up. And I believe her emotion. And I talked to her separately and stuff. Of course, I totally believe her emotion is completely genuine.
And she's a girl. I mean, well, I mean, for a girl, that's a real violation. I mean, a guy getting robbed, it's all right, I'm going to go kick their ass.
And she felt the
but
betrayal.
For a girl,
you feel
really...
but even if she maybe trusted these other girls too quickly, she still felt she still felt the betrayal of people she trusted, which she shouldn't have trusted. But I think that's how we've all got ourselves into these situations, by trusting people we shouldn't trust or trusting them too soon. I don't know what you want from me, bro.
Just right there. Yeah.
That's where it was.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, we've all trusted people we shouldn't have trusted, which has got us into these bad situations. So
Yeah.
I think, I'm sure she has learned something. I don't know if she's, completed her journey in learning, and I'm sure we all have a lot to learn still. But, we disagreed on a couple of subjects, and that's okay to disagree. I think, we had different experiences. I, for one, am less trusting than I was, and I was pretty good before, but now even people who are totally legit, I'm still just a bit dodgy about, which is kind of sucks. But
Do you think that the public has been a little bit lenient on her? You got to remember, at the end of the day, if it was a guy who was trying to do a foursome, because that's.
I didn't realize you were going there.
He'd be on the chopping block.
Okay. So
Because at the end of the day, she was trying to do an orgy or
I
whatever.
cannot say this, but now that I'm in this conversation, I would say there was probably some unwise decisions made, but we've probably all been there as well. So who are we to judge?
I've never been in a foursome.
Well, you're missing out, bro.
Right, give me a second.
Yes.
I got time for P now, right?
No.
Right, I don't know what's happened, but
You would look?
it stopped recording.
Yeah, probably ran out of card.
No, but it's now recording again.
Oh, really? Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened.
So where did it stop?
Huh?
I think down is recording again.
I don't know where it stops. Where did we stop? What we're talking about? We're talking about Brenda.
Well, there's no way to know.
She learned from her experiences. I think she's learned some, but she could learn more, as we all could. And it was about trust being the downfall. We've all trusted people we shouldn't have trusted too soon, too early. And to be honest, I don't know how much, if you've seen it, I haven't really read the comments too much on her videos, so I don't really know what people are saying.
Honestly, I have not.
Fair enough. Yeah. But the internet is always wild, and people.
No, what I was saying is, if it was a guy who was involved in foursomes,
right,
doing foursomes,
he'd be judged much more harshly.
Yeah.
For sure.
He'd be on the chopping block.
I mean, it's not, she wasn't even trying to do like a one-on-one, or with. It's like.
I mean, hey, think
Fritz,
big.
are you down with that, Fritz?
Man,
Here in Colombia.
I'm a simple guy, man. I just one girl. More than that is sensory overload for me, and
I don't mind three girls. I'm okay.
a one-woman man.
Right, guys.
Oh,
now,
too
just very quickly, now the Fritz documentary. It's been received well. Obviously, you got your critics. Because
The haters.
Yeah, the haters. Because
Haters gonna hate.
Right here. May my haters live long to see my success. Bam.
they're saying that you deserve it. Why does you're out there, you're in Colombia chasing tail, and why invite a girl back? Why invite a girl back?
Love. I deny that because I'm looking for love, but I know that's kind of a pussy way to say it, but I am. I mean, I was kind of coming down here looking for a girlfriend, and it takes a while. It takes going on. I'm picky, so I already knew going into this and coming down here that I was going to have to go on quite a few dates. Maybe I get lucky and find one on the first few, but I knew I was going to be down here going on a lot of dates to find the one I'm looking for. I'm picky as hell.
I feel like a lot
still
of us.
haven't.
I feel like a lot of us are in that same situation because you get to a certain age. You actually do
Right,
just want a good girl. You want to settle
you,
down.
and you know more what you want through past
100%.
failed relationships. You
attempts.
now know what
right.
doesn't work for you. You may be attracted to it in the beginning, but down the road it doesn't work.
Going back to haters, wait, just for a sec. Going back to haters, like when we first met, obviously in the circumstances, I'm just like, oh, this is like.
You hated me?
No, I said this is like another gringo, like passport bro, fuck boy, and that was my initial impression, which is why I can understand you might have some haters online. But then it's funny, this whole experience is like we've been hanging out. It was like you're actually a super cool dude. So it's funny how just the internet misrepresents people, right? Like people don't really know what's up.
Can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Well, as I said, some of the comments, they thought that you were a hero.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
And you are. We are.
Yeah. Because, especially given with how everything has turned out, you went to Bogota to even try and catch Maria the second time. We did try to do that mission, which failed. But in the end, Maria finding justice, and even you know, just coming out there sharing your story, people, you know, some people resonate with you. Obviously, you got the other half of the internet who always think, yeah, this person is just in Colombia chasing tail, etc., etc.
Well, in all fairness, I mean, this wasn't a chance encounter. Me getting Maria. I was looking hard for her. I went back to the U.S. quickly just to get a new phone and SIM card and buy a new computer, and then I was right back down here. And she was never off my mind. I put in my time. I had guys I knew that had her photo. Everybody was I had a lot of guys out keeping an eye out for this girl, if they saw her, where they saw her. I put my time and effort into getting her. It wasn't like, oh, I was just back down in Colombia and stumbling around and, she looks familiar.
Can I ask you?
It wasn't that. I was actively looking for this girl and on a mission.
Can I ask you, was it just your anger, or was it also your sense of justice?
It was both, man. I just felt violated.
Because I feel like, obviously, like, I feel like there's this little community building now around Obi Land, but like, I feel like not everyone is willing or able to, you know, take action, stand up for themselves or stand up for others.
I think a lot of guys are embarrassed about it.
That's
because
true.
you know,
We
they
all
may
know
have a
those
girlfriend
guys.
back in the States or whatever, or they're just embarrassed that they fell for it.
Or even
they
mate.
They knew this threat was out there, and they got fooled. And the only way to get you is if you do something stupid or several stupid things.
So my mate, and you know who you are. I'm not going to mention your name, but
Yeah,
we
you know who you are, mofo.
You had to tell your
Putting you on
family
blast right
things
now.
were different
Look
from
down
what
in the
happened.
comments section, and we're gonna throw his name down there.
No, there's gonna be no names. We're not doxing anyone, but it's funny. Like, that was a dude. He got his first trip, scoped and everything, lost everything, had to go to Bogota with no cash to get a passport to go back home. So
Almost all my friends. Well,
really, that's the only
a
person I
lot
know.
of them.
It's happened to
A lot
them.
of them. It's happened to them, even
Wow.
though I've warned
I know
them.
one guy.
And but the last one, you know, with all due respect to him, it was a girl he was kind of dating
Yeah.
and she caught wind that he had a crypto account,
Damn.
and so she got his phone.
I mean, that's a good point, right? Like, even people in relationships, sometimes it's an attitude. There's a very opportunistic attitude with a very short-term mindset that if you can find like a short-term, really like good gain, it's willing to sacrifice or betray whatever trust or relationship you have, which is something we find very hard to relate to, right? Because that's not our mentality at all.
Right.
Like, if we're building this relationship with someone, we're loyal to that person. We want to protect them.
Right.
And yeah, that's something you can't really account for.
Right. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I deserve this. You know, today finding this out that she actually was arrested, seeing her picture on the
deserve the
internet.
justice, yeah,
that I
for
feel
sure.
like, because I worked for it. It wasn't
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know,
just didn't sit
this
back.
was a long time coming for me. I got hours into this, and I'm not making any money off this. I have a real estate company. You know, I should be there running that instead of down here, you know, trying to make amends for a grudge I have. Or trying to seek justice. But, you know, at my age in life and everything I've been through, this mattered to me. Different things matter to me now than when I was younger.
And you also have the time and resources, like we all do. It's like
Right, and I do. I have the resources. I have the financial resources now to do this and to stay down here. And so that's what I've done, and we're going to see it through.
And what about future plans? We were talking about this before, how we both had negative experiences. We left the country, but we like it so much. The people, the culture, the food, the women, everything. And so, you know, it hasn't been enough to stop us from coming back. And
you know what?
we've learned our lessons,
I hope all
hopefully.
the rest of you gringos in the States stay scared.
Yes.
Because we don't want you down here.
Stay scared.
We
that's
want to
true.
keep this little
100%.
haven all to
That
ourselves.
is very true. That is fact.
But let me touch on that. Isn't it interesting how many people are scared? I can't tell you
Sure.
how many friends I have back in the States be like, bro, be safe down there.
The perception is...
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
If
people who
they
know me
knew
well.
I was chasing scope queens, that takes it to a whole new level. They think I'm just down here drinking beers and you know, going on dates.
But here's the thing: are you not scared, Boogie? I mean, are you
Not
guys
really.
not scared?
I'm not.
Your
I'm
faces
not
are out
scared.
there.
I
People
mean,
like,
man, I'm not scared. I'm by myself walking around all the time. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I actually feel like this little area I'm living now, in Medellin, I mean, I call it home. I mean, I know all the restaurants nearby,
It's a good area for sure.
and I
Yeah,
love it.
we both made the big
I
move from
think I personally
Poblado to
think that the
Laureles.
scope queens and some of the criminals who do all this petty crime, they're over exaggerated in terms of how dangerous they are.
Right.
We're probably more dangerous than they are.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I mean,
Well, we could go back to sorry to interrupt, but we could go back to the guy, what was his name?
Lewis.
No, not Lewis.
Oscar.
Oscar.
Oh my
Your
god.
best friend.
Oscar.
We
Signature.
got Obi Land's new best friend, Oscar.
When is he doing his own?
He was set on little scrawny Colombian guy, high on cocaine, drunk off his mind, and he was
No bueno.
kept reminding us every 5 minutes or so as we're walking about how he's keeping us protected right now and everything
Yeah.
else, and how we should be scared and don't get away from that guy and stay close to me and I'm going to protect you and I mean every 5 minutes or so we were getting reminded on this.
But to be fair, the perception isn't completely unfounded because, like, after my negative incident, I think we found out there was like at least 10 gringos, primarily Americans, but would all pass within the next 6 months to a year. So it was definitely like it might not be high compared to Chicago, and there's probably a bunch of American cities that are way more dangerous. But when you are the group of people who are dying, then you feel it more than anyone else, right?
Right.
So yeah.
But it's not that bad down here, and I think it's all just hype.
It's hype, but it's real.
Oh, it's hype, but it's real. It's hype because it exists and shit happens, and we're all like, 1 or 2 degrees of separation away from someone who's, like you said, you have so many friends that has happened to. I personally don't know
But
really
they've
anyone except
done
one guy.
dumb things.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
100%.
It's not like a random
Yeah.
robbery or
Yeah,
burglary.
yes,
where
yes.
You're eating at a restaurant and they hold up the restaurant and rob
It's
you.
literally they've
These
taken some
were
random
decisions you
girls
made
to
do
their
something
house
really dumb.
while they're
And
wasted.
it normally involves hooking up with a girl,
100%, yeah.
where you just let your guard down. And I would dare to bet that 95% of these cases, the guys are drunk.
100%.
So
And they've just got 2 comfortable and
Fritz, you
safe
weren't
girls.
I was not.
You were not?
I don't really drink much, and
Right.
I was not. I was
Okay.
100% sober that night, and it was
Man.
3 o'clock in the morning. Since I've been down here, I've been on a big health kick.
So
and
what-
I just haven't really been.
What did she
drinking much.
scope? Your water, your Powerade, your protein shake?
Coca-Cola protein shake.
No, I had some flat, stale ass Diet Coke in the refrigerator, and that was all I had because my buddies had just left to fly back to the U.S. and they had left a bottle of that. So, no, she didn't make me a protein shake. I probably would have
Can we
drank
just
that.
pause a
Willie.
second, right?
Okay, I can toilet break.
He can go. Or you want anything.
No. The reason why I'm saying pause is because, like,